Hello and welcome to Lovely Yarns Designs. I'm Karen and I'm gonna show you today how we work this face scrubbies. They are reusable and I just absolutely love them. I always work a little chain here because I just like to put them through my fingers and then I can just clean my face like this. It's just easier than without. That's just something I like. If you don't like it, just leave it away. Doesn't matter. It's also easy when you wash them just to hang them up with this. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to show you today. All you need is some cotton yarn. I would use DK because this gives you a really nice sized scrubby, and I work with a 3mm hook. Even though it says 4 on it, it just makes it nicer and not too big. You're gonna need a needle just to sew in the ends and a little scissor. I might need a fancy one day, but I just work with this one. It's perfectly fine. Okay, so you're gonna start with a little chain. You can either do the magic loop technique, but I work this time with just a normal chain because I wanted it beginner friendly. So you just start with your slip knot and then you work 4 chain stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you close this with a slip knot to a circle. So 1, 2, 3 in the first one, a slip knot, and here we go. It looks a bit tight. It will get better over time. So I'll just pull my. So here we go. Here you see the little hole. Don't work in this one because this is the stitch you're gonna need to work in here where all the stitches are around. So we're gonna start with 3 chains. Oops, here we go. So you're gonna work 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to work 12 DC in this little hole in here. I just wanted to show the hole here. It's a bit bigger now. This 3 chains don't count as a stitch because you just need it that you're up high here. So we're going to work this 12 DC in this little hole. That would be 1, 2, and so on. I would always keep the thread here around and you work around this with the yarn kept there, because if you do this you don't have to sew in this yarn, you just cut it off because you already worked 12 DC around it. That should be enough. It is enough because I even tumble dried my face scrubbies today and it's still fine. I wouldn't recommend it honestly. I don't know, do they have it on do not tumble dry? It says do not tumble dry, so don't do it. I just did it because I forgot it was in the washing and it is still fine, but I wouldn't advise. So I just lost my count here. I'm gonna see how many there are. There must be like around 8 maybe. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the last one, 12. Oops, this goes a bit. See, the hole kind of got bigger now while you worked around, so this is perfectly fine. So you have your 12 DCs now in a row. To close it to the round, you're just going to work a slip knot again, a slip stitch, sorry, in the first DC. So you're going to pull it through here, and then we have closed it to a beautiful little round. Like I said, I don't know, that's just my mind. I just don't like keeping it there, so I'm going to cut this off. This is gone. That wasn't a good cut. Just do it once more. Here we go. So then the next round, the second round, we're gonna double increase each stitch. So we're gonna work again 3 chains, not counting as a stitch, and then we're gonna work 2 DC in each stitch. So we're gonna have 24 at the end. So we're going to work 1 and then the second one in the same. Again 1 and then the second one. And this is how we work all the way around until we have 24, and then we can close it again with a slip stitch. Just gonna work it around here. You do the same and we'll see us in a second. Sorry. So here we go. We have 24 DCs now. We've doubled everyone, so we have 12 at the beginning, 24 now. We're gonna close the round again with a slip stitch to a round. Just go in here and close it. So the next round, the third round, is the one with the bubble stitch. I have the smaller ones with where I go 3 times. Honestly, I just lost the English word. 3-year bubble stitches. My head kind of works with German, let's say Swiss German. So let's go. We're gonna start again with 3 chains, and then we're gonna work 1 bubble in each stitch, and in between the bubbles we're gonna have 1 chain stitch. So that means we're gonna get the yarn, we go into the stitch, get the yarn again, pull it, so we have 3 loops on the hook. We are not finishing it because we want to make the bubble. So we go again, we get the yarn once more, go into the stitch, get the yarn, pull it up. We have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do the same again for the 3rd time. That's why I said 3 bubble stitch. So we get it once more, we go into the stitch, pull it through, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we finish it. We get the yarn, pull it through all of them, and we finish it with a chain. So we do the same again in the next. We get the yarn once, go in, pull through 3, get it once more, go in, pull through 5, again 1, in, through 7, and we finish with a chain. So I'm going to show it a bit closer. We get the yarn once, we go into the stitch, pull it through 3, once, in the stitch, pull it through 5, 1, in the stitch, pull it through 7, close it, and finish it with a chain. I'm going to work the 24 bubbles once around, and we see you when we've done that. So here we are again. I worked the 24 bubble stitches. I just wanted to show one thing, because some might be confused with if this is a stitch or not. This is not a stitch, this is a slip stitch we had before, so we're not going to work anything in there. So we're going to finish this round again with a slip stitch in the first stitch, so just pull it through, and we have closed it to round. For the border, we're going to work the crab stitch. The crab stitch is kind of like the single crochet, but instead of forwards, we go backwards. So we're going to work again 1 chain, and this time we're going to work in between all of the chain spaces. So a stitch in each chain space. We're going to work a bit loosely, not too loose, not too tight. So we have 1 chain space at the very beginning here. So we're going to go in here like backwards, get the yarn, and pull it through. So the new yarn is up front, the old is at the back. And then we just get the yarn once more, and we finish it. And then we go again in the next chain space, pull the yarn through, and that's it. Once more. Here we go. And this is how we work all the way around. I just lost this one. So I'm going to show it once more slow. This is the chain space here. We go in there with the hook, get the yarn through. The new one is up front, the old one at the back, and go like this. Just going to work this all the way around. And like I said, then either if you want the little chain up here or not, we're going to work this at the end. So either you can finish your face scrubby then, or you're gonna keep on working. I'll just try to buy some time to finish up this round. So you can find this pattern as written on my blog, so the website link is in the description of this video. You also can find it on my Instagram. Just follow me there to see any news. On my webpage I have loads of patterns if you want to have a look through there. My crochet patterns are always written with the US terms, just that you know. So we are at the beginning here. You can see this here. So this was the last chain space we had here, so that means we're just gonna finish in here with a slip stitch. 1 second. Just gonna work it there. Oops, I'm not in the picture here. I'm just gonna work here a slip stitch. There we go. And then here, like I said, either you can just finish, you cut off the yarn, pull it through and sew it in, or you're gonna work the little chain here. We're gonna work 18 or 20, depends on how big you want it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 20 here. I'm just gonna work another, I went into the wrong side, sorry. Another slip stitch there to have it attached. So I'm gonna take the scissors, cut off the yarn, get it once more through, and then I'm gonna sew in this at the back, so it kind of gives a better stability here. Just sew it in as you would usually do so, and then you can cut off the yarn and you have a beautiful face scrubby. I made quite a lot already. They're just perfect as gifts, or just keep to yourself. It's just really nice because you can wash them and use them again, so it's really environmental friendly. Send me any comments, whatever, on Facebook or Instagram or my webpage. If you have any questions, I'm more than glad to help. Thanks for watching. I hope you had fun, and see you later. Bye.